Ever wonder how some engines just never die? Not because they're magical, but because of quiet, consistent habits that most drivers overlook. This isn't about buying a fancy car. It's about what you do after the car is yours. In this video, I uncover 13 simple yet powerful habits that helped one driver take their engine beyond 720,000 miles without a rebuild. These are the exact daily, weekly, and yearly maintenance secrets that mechanics don't always talk about, but smart drivers live by. Stick until the end, because habit number 4 is a game changer. Let's dive in. Habit number 10. Followed the one oil rule. One of the most underrated secrets in the engine's long life is it always drank the same oil. No brand hopping, no switching between synthetic and conventional. It's called the one oil rule, and it's all about consistency. Different oil brands use different additive packages, and when you mix them, those additives can clash. That leads to reduced protection, unexpected sludge, or inconsistent viscosity. This driver picked one high-quality synthetic oil and stuck with it for hundreds of thousands of miles. That gave the engine consistent lubrication chemistry year after year. It wasn't just about oil changes, it was about oil loyalty. And that loyalty helped keep friction low, temperatures stable, and internal parts moving like clockwork. Habit number 9. Followed the 5,000-mile oil change rule like religion. This single habit can make or break an engine's future. While some manufacturers recommend oil changes at 7,500 or even 10,000 miles, but experienced high-mileage drivers swear by the 5,000-mile rule. Why? Because oil gradually loses its viscosity and detergent power due to heat, fuel dilution, and carbon contaminants. When oil gets dirty or thin, it can't properly lubricate or clean the internal components. Over time, this leads to increased friction, accelerated wear, and harmful sludge buildup. Regular 5,000-mile changes keep the engine clean, cool, and protected under all driving conditions. It's one of the easiest and most powerful ways to make your engine's lifespan past 720,000 miles. Habit number 8. Never let fuel drop below a quarter. Letting your fuel tank run low might seem harmless, but it's one of the sneakiest engine killers over time. When you constantly run your tank near empty, your fuel pump gets exposed and starts running hotter. Since gasoline also acts as its coolant, that heat slowly wears out the pump that $500 to $1,000 repair. But the real danger? Sediment and debris that naturally settle at the bottom of your tank get sucked into your fuel system when levels are low. That clogs fuel filters, damages injectors, and can reduce combustion efficiency. Drivers who've crossed 720,000 miles make it a strict rule: refuel before the gauge drops below a quarter. Not only does it protect your fuel system, but it also gives you a cushion in emergencies and avoids the panic of being stranded. Long engine life doesn't just come from oil changes. It comes from smart fueling habits like this. Habit number 6. Used top-tier gasoline. Only if you're serious about keeping your engine running like new for hundreds of thousands of miles, start by thinking about what you're feeding it. Using top-tier gasoline isn't just hype. It's an engine-saving habit that far too many people ignore. This fuel contains extra detergents designed to clean your fuel injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers while you drive. Lower-grade gas may save you a few cents at the pump, but it can leave behind carbon deposits that clog up your injectors and cause uneven combustion. Over time, that leads to rough idle, power loss, and expensive repairs. By sticking to top-tier stations like Shell, Chevron, Mobil, and Costco, you're giving your engine cleaner combustion and fewer deposits with every tank. The difference may not be obvious overnight, but over 100,000, 200,000, or even 700,000 miles, your engine will run smoother, cleaner, and far more reliably. Habit number 5. Never ignored the check engine light. Let's be honest. How many of us have seen that little amber engine icon pop up and thought, hey, it's probably nothing? But if you're aiming for 720,000 miles, that mindset has to go. The check engine light is your car's way of raising its hand and saying, hey, something's off. Ignoring it could mean driving with a misfiring cylinder, a clogged EGR valve, or a failing oxygen sensor, all of which quietly eat away at your engine's efficiency and lifespan. By scanning the code early with a $25 OBD2 scanner, you can catch minor problems before they turn into wallet-destroying repairs. Think of it like listening to a cough before it becomes pneumonia. The people who hit crazy mileage don't ignore warning lights, they treat them like gold. Habit number 4. Replace the air filter religiously. You might not notice it, but every mile you drive, your engine is gulping down huge amounts of air, like it's taking a deep breath with every turn of the wheels. That's where your air filter steps in and removes the dust, bugs, sand, and debris from the air so only clean air reaches your engine. But when that filter gets clogged and dirty, it's like asking your engine to breathe through a straw. You lose power, fuel economy drops, and dirty air can slip through and scar your cylinders over time. Want to know the secret to long engine life? Change that filter like it's your engine's lungs every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. It's cheap insurance, usually under $25, and takes minutes to swap. A fresh filter helps your engine burn fuel more efficiently, keeps sensors clean, and you'll never see coming until your engine gives up prematurely. Habit number 3. Letting the engine warm up gently before hard driving. Did you know the most dangerous time for your engine? Right after a cold start. That's when it's at its weakest. The oil is thick, hasn't circulated fully, and metal parts are still cold and tight. Flooring the gas pedal right after starting causes major stress, especially on piston rings, bearings, and valve train components. Long-lived engines come from drivers who allow the car to idle for 30 to 60 seconds before moving, and then drive gently until the temperature gauge is stable. This helps the oil thin out and reach critical areas before high loads are applied. It also reduces thermal shock, improves combustion, and ensures smoother wear over the long haul. Habit number 2. Fixed oil leaks immediately. When you spot a few drops of oil under your car, it's tempting to brush it off and say, it's just a little leak. But here's the hard truth. Every mile you drive with that leak, your engine is quietly bleeding. Oil doesn't just lubricate. It cools, cleans, and protects every moving part inside your engine. Even a small leak can drop oil levels enough to starve components like the crankshaft, camshaft, or turbo bearings of lubrication, leading to costly wear or total failure. The drivers who reached 720,000 miles never let leaks linger. They tracked the source, fixed the gasket, seal, or pan very fast. It's about protecting every inch of your engine from a silent killer that starts with a drip. Habit number 1. Change the PCV valve every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. The PCV valve helps manage engine pressure by allowing blow-by gases to escape. Over time, it can clog, causing pressure buildup, oil leaks, sludge, or even blown seals. Most drivers forget it exists, but people who reach 700,000 miles don't. They replace it preventively every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. A properly working PCV system keeps oil cleaner, reduces crankcase pressure, and prevents contaminants from circulating in the engine. This tiny part does a big job in maintaining engine health and longevity. That's all for this video. Engines don't live long because of luck. They live long because of habits. Things you do every month that pay off in decades. Follow these 15 rules, and your engine might not just survive, it might outlive the car. See you in the next video.